All right, check this out. Isn't this cool? There's so much fresh snow. I mean, look at that. It's everywhere. So, stay tuned. This is awesome up here. It's beautiful. Let's hit the camp. I'm gonna set you guys up over here and drive by ya. See if it looks cool. Oh, snowmobiles. I know, I'm sorry, it's cold out. Come on, let's go. Get back inside. Oh! I just about fell. Ooh. Come on, we got the heat turned up in here. Just want to give you a quick little review on my current setup that I've had for the past probably year and a half, I want to say now. Yeah, just I thought what better time to do one than out here in beautiful Utah snow while it's snowing. So you guys are underneath the truck shell out of the weather for now. Sorry, I'll hurry this. I'll try and be as fast as I can about this so we can get back inside the warm truck and you guys don't have to freeze. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, so let's get started. So I got the Hoyt RX3 Ultra. It's a 34-inch axle to axle. I prefer shooting with a longer axle bows. I like the stability, a little bit more balance, especially at full draw. Downside, it's a little bigger, a little bit larger. You got, especially when you're packing it through scrub oak or on your pack, a little bit. I'm not sure if there's a big weight difference there, but I'll add it now, just right there. I don't know it right now, but now you guys know. I'll probably forget, knowing me. I got a 29-inch draw length. For some of the technical aspects, mine's maxes out at 70 pounds. I have it maxed out, and it's actually, if I remember last time I checked, it was about 72 pounds. Don't quote me on that, either 72, 73, right? Somewhere in that ballpark. That's just with it completely maxed out. I was looking at doing an 80-pound bow at the time. They didn't have any, and I needed a bow for the upcoming season. Wanted to get a new bow. So got this, and actually, I love it. Did a perfect pass-through broadside last year on a mule deer at 79.5 yards. Perfect broadside pass with the expandables with the G5 dead meats. So that's also, none of this is a paid product placement. This is just me also just giving a review of how I feel about it to their clients or people that may be interested. I got a Spot Hog Fast Eddy XL sight. It's a single pin. Well, let me rephrase that. It's a single pin, but it has 2 dots. So, for example, to explain is, so your top pin, you have 2 marks on your slide. And so your top pin, say it's set at 20 yards, your bottom's gonna be roughly about 34 to 36, give or take. And then also the farther you go out, the less yardage is going to be. Like on mine, when I max it out to, let's get a good example. Like right now I'm at 30, bottom's 45. And then we crank it way out, just crank it out to 90, the bottom's like 100, 101. So you can see it drops, not super substantially, but it does. And I like it because I can use it, I can still shoot a single pin just because for some reason, even though I wear contacts or glasses, sometimes I just get pin blur, is what I'm going to call it. And I just prefer to not have that. So I like a single pin, and that second one doesn't screw me up. I just like having one single stack with just 2 pins there. And yeah, and that's also one thing I like is I don't know if you guys can see this really well. Let me come in here. There's like there's these rings, so you got your light green, a dark green, and a light green. That helps with looking through your peep, kind of to help you level it out, because sometimes with sun glare, just the way it looks is help you line your peep up with a good circle, just to make it a little bit more accurate. I do like it. You can take it off if you don't like the looks of it. I left it on, just maybe it figured, just, I don't know, I'm used to it being there. It don't bother me. And looks is one thing, but if it can help me in a situation, especially harvesting an animal, especially, I'd prefer to have it. Especially, bow hunting is not easy sometimes. Like, a lot of the times it's, your opportunity is like now, and you gotta jump on that. So, what else can we talk about? Let's see. I got the fuse stabilizer. I got an 8-inch in the front and a 6, don't quote me, I think it's a 5 or 6-inch sidebar with the, I'm gonna call it a bracket that's made by Hoyt. In order to have that, see if that'll focus. In order to have your sidebar, you gotta get this bracket that mounts right here. Some people like to kick them out. I like my bow being nice and level straight up. So left and right, my bow's perfectly level with both these on. And then when I hold my bow straight up, even though I'm wearing gloves, this could be a little different. It stays pretty level. And sometimes I'll either have it just sit back a little bit. I don't like it sitting too far forwards. I prefer either perfectly level or back a little bit. So that's one big thing I love. But with mine, it's, in order to be perfectly level, which I haven't seen really anyone else have it, is perfectly straight. They do, what's that company? Bee Stinger does make one that's a slide. It's a bar, you have a bar and then it slides, and you can slide this back. Where this is fixed, I found it perfectly level when this is perfectly level and not kicked out. If I kick it out just a little bit, it throws it off. But it works. It works for me, and that's what I like. So everyone else is gonna be different. That's all I can say. I got the Hoyt quiver. I don't know a specific model or anything. It's a 6-arrow quiver. I like it, especially my other option was a 4-arrow, which is fine. I like to take, usually a lot of times I like to take a judo point with my broadheads, just stump shoot. This I don't really shoot at stumps, more like sagebrush or just, or if there's like a chucker hunt, not chucker, a grouse hunt or something. Love eating grouse on the mountain. I almost said chucker again. I can't believe I did that. But yeah, love that. What else about it? Oh, but it's nice though, especially for backpacking, because I can take 6 arrows, and if I'm chasing an animal for a long period of time, and I say I get an opportunity and I miss, and I blow it up, I still have 5 more arrows. Or if I have judo, I still have 4 more arrows. Or if you shoot 4, or if you have 4 and you have a judo, leaves you with 3. Which, if you can't hit anything, honestly, after 3, you should just go back home and practice, or go back to camp and practice. That's what my grandpa always said. So, that's just a piece of advice, you know? I mean, it's good to just practice a lot, every opportunity you can get. Not necessarily like you should be forcing yourself to, but personally you should be comfortable and know your distance and your yardages, because it's going to help you make an ethical shot. And honestly, in my opinion, from a lot of personal experience, is the more ethical shots I made, the quicker that animal was deceased. As roughly as that bad the sound, or as bad as that can sound, we're hunting for meat, and it's what we enjoy, it's what we love, and you're playing a game of chess against an animal. So I like to make it ethical and have it be quick. The quicker the better. The more it makes me feel. Also, that's another thing, is been starting to try and focus more on older mule deer and elk and stuff like that. So this year, it was definitely an interesting year playing chess with these 2 bucks on the general, and then on the extended I found an older buck, and it was fun. Could have had opportunities at a 1-year-old butt, little 2-point, but I just felt like it was like a dog, you know, and he just looked at me like, huh? But other than that, let's get back to the bow. What else? What did we talk about? I forgot. Oh, the Spot Hawk Fast Eddy XL, also you can get it with the dovetail. I think the XL's the dovetail. I can't remember exactly, so don't quote me on it. But I do like it because you can slide it out. If you like to, you can slide it out a little farther Let's see if you can see this. See, instead of it having like 3 holes or 4 holes for your options, you can slide it and adjust it. I do like it because if you want it out farther, kind of shrink your pin a little bit, give you a smaller pin. That's one thing I like. I prefer the smallest pin possible for a little bit farther shots, and also just for shooting for fun when I want to shoot at like 100 yards for fun. Let's see. Oh, we got the Hoyt. Ooh, this one's gonna be tough to do because it's snowing. Might have to film this somewhere else, give you guys a closer look of some other stuff. But I got the, let's see, is it gonna focus? Oh, there we go, that'll work. Got the Hoyt, what is it called? Hoyt Ultra Rest. And it cages, it has a cage in it. See that cage that just came up? And closes your arrow, and then you got a bar on the top. We'll call it a bar. But you can see that. And it's really hard for your, I like it though, preferably for hunting. It's not as accurate as some of the other models where it's just a little, kind of just like a little V and your arrow sits on it. They're known to be more accurate, which I prefer accuracy, but from experience and watching other friends and family hunt, I've seen times you pull back and you're just excited and you don't think, and you either just tweak your wrist a little bit or something as you're pulling back, and that knocks that arrow right off. Or you pull back and you're kind of getting pulled back, but you're in kind of an awkward situation and you're trying to make this like ethical shot, right? Trying to make like it's kind of a difficult shot, and you gotta like cant your bow a little bit one way, like lean it, and it falls off. So I like that because it can help you. Especially, one thing I do love about it is if I'm trying to do a stalk and I'm sneaking in really slow, I can knock my arrow and I don't have to worry about it. Like if for some reason in a situation I gotta turn my bow this way just a little bit, I don't have to worry about it falling, making noise. If it just sits, and then when I go to make my shot, it falls back down right where it needs to be. Yes, it's not as accurate, but in the long run, and every situation's different. I mean, especially if you ask some of the older gals and guys that have hunted like and stuff, sorry, hold on. You just never know the situation. Anything could happen. Like the deer I shot last year, I thought he was still bedded. When I got up to him, he was feeding. And I was looking down, and I looked straight ahead, and there he was, broadside. And I'm like, oh, all right, gotta take that opportunity now. Like, range has been 79.5. I'm like, all right, I've never taken a shot this far at an animal. Am I gonna do it? I was like, should I do it? I was like, I feel comfortable out to 80 yards. I feel comfortable out to about 90, 100 yards. I can shoot a decent group. But I felt comfortable, and I was like, all right, just set the slider at 80. And I pulled back and took my time, and I was just behind a ridge, so I squat down and I pulled back, and I slowly stood up right when he had his head down as he was feeding, and I just pulled back and just buried my pin right where I want it to be, and let her fly. And one thing I can say is that deer did die. It was deceased is the term, within, I want to say, less than a minute. I've never had an archery kill so fast. And honestly, a perfect double lung can do a lot. And that was also one of the better tasting deer I've ever had. Heard some noise behind me. Man, it's cold out here, snow's sticking. What else can we talk about? Oh, let's talk about arrows. Jeez, you guys can't tell, but there's so much snow on my tailgate right here. I mean, look at this. Hold on. Like, look at this. That's just off the shell glass, but that's all like on the tailgate. So I'm shooting the rip. So Cody at Wild Arrow recommended these to try them out, and he says they're who makes them? Victory Archery Rip TKOs 300 V1s. I love these arrows. I've always shot gold tip and Easton in the past, and ever since I got these, and I got they tuned my bow, the arrow to my bow, or the bow to my arrow, whatever, however it goes, I'm not 100% sure. It's been a fun setup. I honestly do love this setup, and I don't know a whole much about the detail setup specs and stuff. It is my first Hoyt, and yes, I've shot Matthews before. I've never owned one, but it came down between this and a Matthews. I had a PSE before that, and one thing I can say about with these arrows and this setup the way it is, I just love it. Like, I love it. Like, hold on, I'm gonna make a second comment about it. I love this bow. Oh crap! Hold on, we gotta save this. It's about to die. Hold on, battery's dying. I think I got spares. Alright, you guys alright? I know it's cold, sorry. Battery died. Didn't want to lose you there. Almost lost you. So stay tuned. I'm gonna go grab the bow. Man, you guys still there? Alright. It's cold. It is cold out here. So yeah. Let's see. What else can we talk about? I just love this bow. That's all I can say. The only other thing I can really talk about is I did buy this bow brand new. I did buy it with my own money. This is not paid product placement or anything. Just want to see how much I love it and the stuff that's on this together, which also kind of sold the idea of it from my buddy who has a similar setup. We got different stabilizers and quivers, but that's just a personal preference. But different colors, different poundage. But yeah, other than that, I love it, and his bow's wicked too. I'll have to see if I can let him maybe show you sometime. But other than that, I'd say there's probably still some new ones maybe floating around in shops. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm sure you can get them for a lot lesser price. Kind of wish I would have waited and got the RX4, because the RX4 has larger cams than this, and there's a couple other little differences. This does have a little bit of give. Really solid once you get it pulled back. Once you get it pulled back, solid back wall. It's one thing I love. At least I think it does, compared to other bows I've owned. I could be wrong for someone else. Someone else could have shot a completely different bow than me, right? So, yeah. You guys still there? Whew, it's cold. Oh, piece of advice. Don't leave your cooler next to running exhaust, like of any kind. This is after 4 hours. Yeah, let's just say. I'm new to this whole YouTube stuff. I've always been filming a bunch of videos. I have footage from past 4 or 5 years of hunting, and just always enjoyed the camera and doing photography and videography stuff. And yeah, you guys can probably hear all the snowmobiles in the background. Jeremy just revved it up. But yeah, check this out. It's so beautiful up here, isn't it? All right, let's go.